Okay, cool. Hi guys, welcome
Hi.
to our podcast.
Hi.
Hi. This is the 130 podcast. It's the fourth episode, and it's a Christmas special.
Yeah.
I'm the who am I? Who actually am I? What am I doing? The presenter, the
Host.
PFJ.
What is it, PFJ though?
my capital letters of my name.
Ah, all
Paweł
right.
Franciszek. Paweł Franciszek Jaskuła. Dzień
Alright.
dobry. And with us are Orhan Kavas
Yes.
and Kate Samozwaniec.
Yes.
Is it what's your actual name?
My actual name?
The
Yeah.
original one.
Original one.
Anwa.
Anwa.
Yeah.
Also
Anwa.
Kate?
No, Kate is not my name.
So
my
you-
real
Sounds
name.
like Anna.
Yeah,
yeah.
it sounds like Anna, but
Anya.
it's with wa at the end.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Only Anwa? Or
Anwa, and my family name is Ao.
Anwa. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why did you came up with it? Like
Came up with what?
with Kate
what my
Samozwaniec-
real
Kate-
name?
yeah. It's pretty like normal for us, so
No, Kate. I gave Kate to myself when I was very young. Like we were studying Portuguese and English, and then
Mhm.
we should have a foreign name.
okay.
So I said I'm Kate.
Okay.
And Samozwaniec just like it's like a self-named. It means in Polish.
Yeah,
like a
self-named,
fake
yes.
name,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
Yeah.
And but everyone knows me as Kate, so I just say I'm Samozwaniec.
Yeah, thank you. It's easier for us also.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. When I was in traveling through Turkey and Iran a couple of years ago, we had a friend. His name was Wojtek, and he came up with Mark because it was easier.
Yeah.
And he was like introducing like every time, "Hi, I'm Mark," and it's like
Actually, it's
really?
very nice. Like you can choose your own name, and this
Yeah,
is very nice.
It
actually.
should be like that.
Yeah.
Really. Like your parents shouldn't call you anything like up to I don't know 7 or 8. Great, cool guys. You are students
Yes.
and at our university, and you are students in English. How does it work? Because you're not Erasmus students.
No, we are full-time English students.
Full-time English students. What's the difference really?
Actually, like in schedule, there is no like difference in between Polish people. But the only thing is, we are having the same classes in English.
Okay,
So like.
but not with as far as I know, not with all professors because not everybody
Not-
speaks English.
Not with everyone, that's true, but there are some studios we are working with also the head of the studio, like Klupś, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He was a guest also
Yeah.
here. So, short announcement. We have pierniki. How do you say pierniki in English? The same as pierogi. It
All
doesn't
right.
translate.
Oh.
It's like I think you know this stuff.
but
so-
it's not
Like
pierogi, it
ginger,
looks
It's not
ginger
pierogi.
bread. No.
Gingerbread.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we can
Alright.
eat it, and if you like, we can open this beautiful Santa Claus. I bought it like to make it more Christmassy, but
all right.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we are Christmas edition of podcast.
so feel free to eat stuff. Okay, cool. So you're studying in English, and is it better? Is it worse as you watch other students? Like if you don't have like contact with other professors, but I assume like you have some, I don't know. Like as I know students from Erasmus, when they come, they have like, okay, I'm the student in English. I don't need to focus on some stuff like.
Ah.
You
Oh,
know,
no.
like because they know that I'm like I have like difficulties with language, so I have less work to do or different work to do.
It's not the same for us.
Do you have
I
any
mean.
advantages?
Like no, I
Yeah.
don't think so, because like the projects, as like in my experience, like the projects and the workload that we cover last year and also this semester, it's the same with the Polish group. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but you might be true in Erasmus case, because like their workload is different, and
Okay.
since most of them are going like being here for one semester, projects might be changing for them.
Okay.
And in their case, that might be true that they have some advantages because it's Erasmus life, you know. They
Yeah.
chill, you know, they travel,
Party.
they party a lot.
Mm.
But it's not the case for the full-time students like us.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as I know, you came back because you thought you wouldn't study here anymore.
Yeah.
So what happened?
No, because like BA, when I was studying BA here, I was supported by my government in Macau,
Okay.
so I had scholarship. And when I tried to study master, the scholarship stopped. Like they were not going to give me for a master anymore.
Mhm.
So I was like, so maybe I won't study. I can't study. But after some kind of like negotiation with the school and now I'm more like I could go to classes, and it's more kind of relaxed schedule. So I don't really.
You have your own like.
Kind of like
okay.
yeah. So the study fee is less,
Okay.
but I also don't have like as a full-time student way of studying.
Okay.
plan.
Cool. So you can sleep longer. Do less
Well,
stuff.
but it depends. Like, because I studied here, so I know the people, I know professor, I know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
studios. So it really depends on how much I want to grab.
Uh-huh.
So if I want to go all the time to talk to them, it is also okay.
Okay. As far as I know, we're the same year now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we don't have class
Yeah,
together.
yeah. I know. Okay, but why Poland? From Macau is like a couple of kilometers. Like.
Why Poland? I don't know. Like it just happened. I traveled to before in Poland, and I liked the people here. Everyone was really helpful. It was really nice, and then I went back to Macau. And
But you were in Poznań before also?
no, I was in Warsaw.
Mm-hmm.
But I went back to Macau at that time, and I had my first photography exhibition, and I wanted to study something related to art because I felt like, okay, I'm just taking pictures with my camera, but I don't know how to get better, and there's no art school in Macau.
But you were studying something before in Macau?
I feel like I'm revealing all my secrets here.
Yes.
No, I used to study business in Taiwan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you graduated?
I graduated.
No
Cool.
shit.
Oh, businesswoman. Cool.
From
But-
businesswoman to an artist.
Nice. That's
Sad stories.
okay.
No, but then I travel and then everything changed.
Okay.
And I wanted to study something related to art or photography, and I was like, okay. Then I searched because I wanted to stay in Europe, and I searched the school in Warsaw first, called Warsaw Photo and Graphic School, something like this.
Okay.
And it was not.
Never heard about it.
You never heard about it?
Did I?
About what?
About Warsaw?
Warsaw Photography and Graphic School. It's like a private school. It's not university.
One of those private schools when you can pay and have your diploma.
Yeah, but I just went 1 year there, and it was really like not my thing. It was not so cool. So I came to Poznan for the open day, and then I saw everything. I was like, oh, this is a nice place, and I want to come.
It was before this renovation, this new building?
That was the first year this new building started.
Oh, so it
yeah,
was
so
like,
I saw like,
boom,
oh, this
everything is new.
university is good.
Okay.
So I applied and I got in, and that's how I started to stay in Poznan.
Because before it was pretty shitty here. Like, I don't know if you saw the photos.
I don't know, the old building, the A1, is also pretty cool in my opinion.
The B one was
But
like
photography department was in building C at that time, before here, right?
photography. Yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
intermedia together.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But now it's pretty cool here, I guess. As far as I like visited other universities like very, the first like glimpse of it is whoa, like a nice building. They have money and it's worth studying. Like it's the first impression, I guess. I have. From
Yeah.
And you, dude? Why Poland?
Mine is a bit complicated maybe because I was doing research for some photography school in Europe. And like, during the...
In Europe, like no matter where?
No, like I was looking for some good school, let's say.
Okay.
And
Obviously.
without any guide, there were no artists around me, like in my family or close friends. And I was doing Google search, and I found a couple of schools, like in France, in Italy, and I take the printout of some information of this school, and I go back to a professor of mine in my university in Turkey, to Beata Zalewska. She's Polish. She's graduate from Gdańsk Fine Art Academy, and she's working in our school for 15 years or something.
Okay, cool.
And she told me that, like, so you're positive that you're going to Europe? Yes, but why you're looking those schools? I think we know where you should go. And she made some phone calls and did her own research, and she found this school. And we emailed the school. We asked for, I don't know, like study program information, those kind of details. And at the end of the research, I feel that like that is the place that I would like to be. So thanks to their help, like Adam, Marek, and Beata in Turkey.
Pozdrawiamy Adama, Marka i Beatę.
And thanks to their help, I'm here. I found myself here. Yeah.
Cool. You have still contact with them?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. So how often do you like see them still?
Actually, like twice a year we see each other, because whenever I visit Turkey, I also visit them.
Okay.
Because I'm still in a contact with my previous school.
Okay.
So I see them pretty much often, like,
yeah.
And we talk each other a lot, like.
So as far as Christmas,
yeah,
and it's like it's an international holiday. Like Christmas is not anymore like Christian or something. Like everywhere is Santa. Yeah. I guess in Turkey also. Do you have like Santa around Christmas, like in shops there?
Actually, it's more New Year's Eve thing than a Christmas in our case. But like 21st century, like people just celebrate anything. So yeah, it's something global right now. Like not religious anything anymore.
Yeah, so my question is, how is it here? So far from home. Like, you're the second year now here. You're the fourth year now. So how often do you go home?
Actually, fifth.
With a gap year or the
no,
other 1
like
year in
Warsaw?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I want to go home now.
Okay, I'm going. I realized that I'm studying 8 years now.
Well, but you are in your home country. Shut up.
Yeah. I have like 70 kilometers to go to home, like to my family home.
I see.
From here. So I was born in Poznaniu, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, is it hard, guys? Like, are you like okay with it, or?
Like, I'm okay, because like it was the same for me, like for a really long time, because my parents were living in US, and I was living in Turkey. So like being at home or being like homesick is something that I already get used to it.
Okay.
So it was another big problem, like in my opinion.
Okay. As far as I know, your wife is coming.
Yes, she's coming.
So you see each other every couple of months?
Like we do it in this way. Like since our semesters are not really long, like 3 months, she or I am visiting once every semester, so twice in a year, and we have the full summer.
Okay.
So like mostly we're not seeing each other for 2 months sometimes.
Is she supportive in terms of studying art?
She's really actually
some ridiculous things, making photographs.
No, she's really actually like during the application time, when everything was clear, like I just like ask her, hey, is it going to be happen only if you are okay with that? And she was like, there is no other way. Like you need to go and you're going. That's it.
Okay, cool.
She's really supportive.
That's nice. You don't have a husband?
No.
Yet? Okay, so you don't see your husband every couple of months, but you visiting Macau still? Because I know that you have some like legal problems in terms of Hong Kong protests and so on. You told me.
I go to Macau every summer, but just once a year. Yeah. Macau is like I think like. Because Hong Kong is really messed up now. And
how close is it from Macau to Hong Kong?
1 hour by ferry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really close. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very close. I guess like in Hong Kong, Macau, we have this vibe like everyone is afraid of doing something, even it's not really written in the law, but you can get caught like by whatever reason. And when it comes to political, like reason, and but actually I went to Hong Kong this summer and it was okay. And but I just
those protests, how long are they now ongoing?
I think 5-6 months already.
Half a year of protests.
Yeah, almost half a year.
As long. Okay.
Yeah. But I think it is like I don't know how Poland used to be like, but in Hong Kong, Macau now is the vibe like if you say something wrong or if you say something bad about the government, you like, you're kind of afraid they will come after you, but just like you feel you're losing some kind of freedom of speech.
But coming after you also in Macau, or you are safe there, or only in Hong Kong is the situation?
I think in Macau and Hong Kong is both, like it's the same. Like I mean, maybe because they cannot really arrest you, but somehow they could just like
Oppress.
Yeah. For example, a lot of journalists in Macau, they were getting phone calls, they were getting threatened because the president of China, he's in Macau now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he is still. He was yesterday.
President of China.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
mean Xi Jinping?
Yeah.
Okay. How would they call him? Winnie the Pooh. As far as I know, they call him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like the political situation is really complicated, but I think I really hope like it's not. I think people is not saying what is bad or what is good, but I think it's the most important is you can't say what is good and what is bad. Like you can have freedom to.
It's
say it out.
the thing because now Yorkshire has his lecture. It's like 5 days ongoing now. Just the last day now. I should be there now, in fact, but I'm doing this podcast. And he said that he has some students from. I should speak to the microphone closely. Yeah. He has some students from China also. Yeah. And they are students from China and from Hong Kong. And they are having discussions like people like not from Hong Kong saying like, no, you cannot say that. And they are in Switzerland, so like Yorkshire, he says like, come on guys, like you can say anything you want. It's a free country, and there's like no, there are certain topics you cannot discuss, and people like get used to it, not to behave certain way. So, and that's the reason why I invited you, because you both are from countries that are like kind of oppressed or like had governments or have governments that are. How should I put it? Like, not very friendly to modern art or like free speech. That's Xi Jinping and Erdogan. Like those are very big names now, in a political way also. In an artistic view, what is good, what is bad, what is terrible? Is it because you are because of that? Are you in Poland, or could you stay and do art there?
Actually, like in my case, yes, you can do art there. It's possible, and actually, this semester in a class that we taught, he gave me a topic for presenting the art censorship in your country, and it was the topic for everyone. And interestingly, I couldn't find anything.
Oh.
Yeah, but the issue is self-censorship.
Yeah.
Like since you know that like something might be happen because of your work or the text that you included to your work, maybe like artists are feeling a bit like not really comfortable.
I mean that's the point, that something could happen. Like you said, like they cannot arrest me, but they can do something. But still, But
this is not the all the time case. Like they're doing those kind of issues, this oppression. In the case, I don't know, if you do something giant and if you get super super big attention. But it's not everyday thing.
But they make you afraid of it first. And
like,
live in this.
How can I say? It's really personal. It's really personal thing. Like I know many people who don't have that feeling, and like to be honest, like about censorship or about being like I don't know, how can I say, like pushing people into their own zone is not really bad, like in our situation. But in my case, I am here because. Yes, you can perform as an artist in Turkey. It's possible.
As far as I know, Turkish art market is flourishing.
Yes, definitely.
It's different in Poland. You have a lot of private galleries. But
yes, we don't have any governmental institutions. This is the main difference.
And Museum of Modern Art, something like that.
No, we just have private places.
Only private.
Yeah, and this changed a lot in market.
Okay. Yeah.
And market generally oriented in Istanbul, of course. And it's getting bigger and bigger.
Not in Ankara also?
Like other cities also have it, but it's like, how can I say, like, yeah, there are also good galleries in other cities, but if you are shining, like...
Okay. It's like Poland, if you really want to do it, Warsaw case.
Yeah, yes, that's the game, yeah. But our education level is bad instead of market. That's why I'm here. Like,
in terms of art?
Yeah, we have really good market. We have really good tasteful people to collect or buy.
You have good art. I know some Turkish artists like pretty good stuff.
Yeah, but our schools, unfortunately, now it's not really good at all.
Okay.
We have really good universities, but the way that we are running them, it's not helping. So
we are running them. Is it just the way of running them, or is it the case of the new government?
no, it's not about government. It's about the stuff. Like we don't know how to recreate new artists.
Mentality, ideas.
You know, when you have a people in university and they're still teaching what they're teaching in 60s. No new material. They don't read. They don't travel. They don't look what's happening in the
You feel
world.
something like that here in Poland or not? In
No,
Poznań?
in Turkey, in Poznan, of course not. You know, like here, like people following materials. You know, contemporary a lot, and they're really open. Like sometimes you do completely other thing but not in photography. You know, like you're doing something else. You do installation. You do sculpture. Like you do everything. But in Turkey, like no, it's still black and white. This dramatic documentary photographs and that's it, you know, like.
Okay, and in China, in Hong Kong or in Macau? Like, what's the situation?
In China, I have no idea. In
Like
Hong Kong, also
whole
not
China.
really. But in Macau, like, it's kind of similar to Turkey. Like, we don't have art school, for example, and the art scenes there also, like, I mean, I know more about photography, but it's like they also only very focus on, you know, black and white, landscape, portrait, sometimes staged photography. I think it's already some progress.
Okay.
And but if I present whatever I have done here in Macau, and I say this is also a part of photography project.
I remember one of the projects. It was at the end of the year exhibition. It was like scramble, like wall or something with printed photographs on it. Yeah. So.
And I think for them it's like this is not photography project.
It's not.
Like, and I think it is kind of difficult. Like, as artists, like, for example, now if I graduate here, I developed, you know, my style and my taste. But if I go back to Macau, I feel like I'm completely outsider. Like no one could accept me. It's not like, and because they will see you that, you know, you don't know anything. Like, what are you doing?
But still, like you have some great artists from China. I mean, like not even mentioning.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, in China, like that's the thing, because for example, like I'm from Macau, so we are like people from Macau. Actually, we don't know what is happening in China.
Okay.
Like we actually the information is not so fluent. So
you have different internet as far as I know.
Different internet, different language.
Yeah.
Different speaking language, different written language. So it's like, I don't know, like, so I like when people ask me, oh, in China, do you guys do this and that? I'm like, I actually don't know.
It's a different country, like, come on.
But like, if you ask me something about Macau, like, I know.
But is it Macau is under the jurisdiction of Chinese politics or not? It's a complete different one in terms of, for example, like you want to go here to study.
Yeah, I have my own passport. It's not Chinese passport.
Okay, so she can
Macau
do
passport,
shit to you, really?
No, Macau passport is kind of like we don't need visa to Europe, but Chinese passport, for example, they need. And we have our own money and law as well. So it's kind of like different state. We call it a special administration region.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so but when about this political and artist thing, like for example in Macau, there were so many.
Get your microphone some closer.
There was
no, you can just you know.
Like this.
Yeah. Closer.
Okay,
Cool.
So, for example, we had this kind of art festival in Macau, I think 1 month ago, and they invited artists from Hong Kong to come, and they were all rejected. Like, they couldn't cross the border just because they were from Hong Kong, or they spoke out loud about the protest. And so I think self-censor is one thing, but actual kind of censor is happening. And I was doing one work about Macau is going to belong to China completely, about this kind of topic in the summer. And police also came to check my materials and stuff.
Sure.
Like, I mean, they didn't do anything to me, and they just like look around and just checking like if everything's okay. But But you know something is
When I was on the border leaving Turkey and going to
Iran?
no, the other direction.
Bulgaria?
Yeah.
Okay.
People on the border were checking my photo camera, my pictures I was taking, and I was so afraid because I was involved in some protests in Turkey. It was the day.
Oh, it's not about protest actually. This is really normal thing. Since
No, I mean that they checked it like randomly, but I had photos of the protests.
But they will not care about things. They're just looking for those kind of things. Since we have many borders with many different countries, we have border with Iraq, Iran, Syria, Bulgaria, Georgia.
Yeah.
And sometimes like the terrorists are getting into Turkey just for 1 or 2 days. They make a documentation of some governmental buildings or important places.
Okay.
And police are checking those photos on the border. They would like to be sure that you're not documenting for some attack or something.
Okay.
So if they see some protest photo, they will not.
It's so fucked up. I mean.
Yeah. In Iran, it's forbidden to make pictures even the direction where is some base, like military base. Like you know, we were standing on a high tower. We just looking around like the Tehran, yeah, and I was taking picture like making it 360, and my friend Mahmoud says no, not that direction, no, like you can go everywhere but not this direction because somewhere there is a base. So it's
in Turkey you can do that.
So
but you shouldn't get that
really
close.
Hardcore.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Like the presidential house we were living next to it, we couldn't make pictures of it too. Like even though it was like a random house on the street, so
I see.
Yeah,
it's a different case of security.
Okay, so there is a story about a professor or an assistant. I don't know what his status is at our university, Szymon Szymankiewicz, and he I don't know if you heard about it. He won a competition with his poster. With a Nazi sign.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. Like I try to translate it, but I kind of like, okay, something is bad here.
It was like because he did like a Nazi sign, but it was like only like loading. It was like this.
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. So only this part was visible.
Okay.
So and he won, and like they admitted that the jury or someone like admitted he won, but he didn't receive the money. Because they like said, okay, it's like anti, I don't know, nationalistic, like, and then considering this topic that's now pretty hot in Poland. I mean, like turning right very much. Yeah. So this is like this example of censorship. Like they called it financial censorship or something like that he didn't receive the money, whatever. But how do you like feel? Like, how is it in Poland? Is Poland turning more right, or is it Poland turning, I don't know, Xi Jinping China or Erdogan Turkey, or how is it like,
Would you like to start, or
when because I'm inside.
I see.
You see it somehow from a different angle. Just interesting what you see.
In my opinion, I never evaluate any country by that like itself, because like how can I say, turning to our right, it's a problem of our like a global thing right now, a global problem. Like in U.S., Trump is a president. Come on.
Maybe not anymore.
Yeah,
but maybe not anymore.
No, actually, that's true. But in European countries, it's the same. In Turkey, it's the same. But I think people think that like people like societies are turning into a right, but I don't believe it.
Okay.
Because when you've been in France, Germany, Poland, Turkey, people on the streets, they're not turning anywhere. But I believe politicians turning to the right because it's the only way for them to keep their positions and get voted. Because they're just creating a fear. Like in U.S. case, they're afraiding their community people by Mexican people. They will say, Mexicans will come and will steal your money, will take your jobs. In Europe, they give the fear with Islam or I don't know, Turkish immigrants.
The thing that like infuriates me the most is like also the argument, the feministic like anti like government that those people gonna come and take our women, for example.
Yeah,
it's like
you see.
So bad, yeah.
You see, like in UK,
like those Islamic immigrants will come and take our women.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing. Like in Turkey, it's the same. Like Erdogan says, if I will go, like our country will destroy because blah blah countries will come. You know, like they're doing it because they have nothing to say. You know, they are they are not in a position that they can provide a hope for the new generation, especially for the like a generation who born after like at 21st century. They really don't know what to do with them because those kids are not watching TV. They don't. They really reject bigger screens than cell phone maybe or tablet. That's it. And they get information via Twitter and YouTube. They don't read newspapers. They don't watch news. So these old guys, old politicians, don't know how to do with them. And the only thing that they can do to keep their position is like make people feared and keep the position safe. So I believe like no one is turning to right, but the politicians and their aggressive speech are turning some right. Because after 1 year in Poland, I don't see something like that. People are here really open. Like I don't know, like the way that they live. Of course, there might be some differences related to a culture, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't see any like something super different than Italy or German case in Poland. So this is my experience. I see some European people. That's it.
Okay. What do you think?
I am not sure. I don't know. I don't feel, to be honest, for example, I feel really much more comfortable when I am in Germany or in France than in Poland, to be honest. Because my appearance already looks really different. So I cannot kind of fake European in a way. I cannot fake a Spanish or, you know, whatever. And I felt much more comfortable in those countries. Also, probably language and how diversity there. Like
we're mostly white.
You see many different races in Germany, like black, white, and you know many. And then they have like many cultural events or any events that could host in English and in different language. And I felt even though maybe I just stay a week there, I felt I could fit in very quick. I could find, you know, things that I like, but I actually can participate. But in Poznan, there's many things that I like, but I actually kind of find it difficult to participate.
Because of the language barrier.
Language and stuff. But I think like, because I think there's a lot of events or activities in Poland. It's not like they don't speak English, but they don't think about
making it more like
making it more like open for everyone, because there's a lot of foreigners here as well. But I think, I don't know, like the first year when I was in Warsaw, like Warsaw is the capital, should be very, you know, like
international.
Like, But actually, it was really funny. Like I got like many like crazy experience in Warsaw. Like when I was speaking with friends in the tram in English. And people will yell at us like, "Shut up! Like you should speak Polish."
Shit,
like, and
really?
it never happened to me in Poznan. So like when I was like in Warsaw, I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is this city?"
As far as I know, Poznań is considered as a more open city.
Very open.
Most liberal and so on.
And then I remember once that there's a protest, like a one-day protest that. I don't know what was the organization, but it was like anti-foreigners. So it was like just anti-foreigners.
Just nothing more.
And nothing more. And then my friend from the US, she got the email from her embassy and saying like, "Hey, today don't go to this street. It probably is dangerous." And I was with my friend in the subway. And then the bunch of people like holding like anti-foreigner sign, and then they got in, and I was like really hiding behind my friend, like, "Don't let them see me, don't let them see."
Shit.
Yeah,
that's
and
interesting.
but it was like 4 years ago. Maybe now changed. I don't know.
Because when someone ask me, or like when I'm talking with people like not from Poland, it's always like, yeah, it's cool. Poland is very nice, but remember you can like get some, I don't know, racist comments on a tram, or like someone could be very unnice just because you look different. So is it the case really?
Never happened to me.
Always happened to me. Well, an Asian woman, like, come on.
Yeah, sure, yeah. It's,
but like in my case, never. Just like sometimes, like if you are in a position that you have to have a dialogue with old people, old generation, and you don't speak Polish,
and they realize,
and they don't tell you something bad, but
they realize.
Yeah, but they don't tell you something bad, but you can feel that like their gesture is like, oh, okay, someone who is not speaking Polish and lives here, okay, you know. But they never said something like, but this is my case, you know, like never happened anything, no racist comment, and no attack. Like nothing
Okay.
nothing makes me offended.
I wouldn't give you a racist comment, like you're a big guy, and then like
I would be afraid to give you a racist comment.
Come on.
I would like just calmly walk by
and then saying like, oh, he's not Polish.
Well,
Like,
guys,
secretly.
we are heading to the end of the podcast. I think someone is waiting for you outside.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the conversation is going pretty well. I guess like 10 minutes, and we can
10
like
minutes?
something like
Well, maybe 5.
that. Who is waiting for me?
That's it.
Ah, shit. Yeah.
Maybe just
How brutal
about-
you
ask-
finished our
ask
conversation.
about
Like.
the dream Christmas gift.
Yeah, and because we wanted to. Okay, let's finish this one topic and
Yeah, cool.
make a last question. Okay, so finishing and like putting in all together. So you came here because you thought it would be better, and it's better. And but you have like two different stories really, like in terms of like, I don't know, understanding Poland. I guess it's pretty funny, like for me, but it's interesting that because when I'm talking with you always it's like you even said that you could stay here.
Yes, I can.
You could live here.
Yes, really.
It's not the
I can't.
no.
I don't think I can. Like maybe it's 5 years and it's too much for me. And I feel like it's like still I having hard time to fit in. I mean, I love this school and I feel pretty comfortable here. But outside of this school, I feel like I'm kind of like disabled. Like I cannot really communicate with people. Even I tried. Like I was at the bakery one day and the old lady didn't have change. So she has only 50 bills, and then the bakery lady was like, oh, I don't have change for you, and they were like arguing. So I was like, okay, the bread is too salty, I will pay for her. And they were all got offended and then yelled at me, and I was like, come on, I just want to be nice. And then I left.
Yeah, cultural differences though.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't. Too many crazy experience. I mean, if I can really, if I learn Polish and I can speak Polish, I think it's okay to stay here.
Kartą poproszę.
How many words in Polish you know?
20, 25 probably.
What, you know 20?
You know 20
I think
words?
I know 20.
But only words, not phrases.
You know how to count?
I know
to
how to
8?
count, so it's 8 words already.
Yeah.
I know how to count in Chinese, I think.
It's a different language.
Yeah.
Macau is not China. We learned it today.
I know Mandarin. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're awesome. Your Chinese is better than my Polish, man.
I know.
Tamam, I know. Always. Easy. All right. I invented, I don't know if it was a good idea, you can tell me, and you for sure need to tell me. After podcast, like at the end, it's going to be one question from Igor.
Okay.
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 You going to come up with your own question. Yeah, one question from you at the end of this podcast. At every podcast, but this one going to be the first one.
Okay. Cool.
So let's hear it.
So maybe like I said before, what is your the must have or no? What is your dream Christmas gift?
Dream Christmas gift.
What would you like to have for this Christmas? Maybe we have it.
But for this specific Christmas, right? This Christmas, not in general.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, true.
I would like to have another month to finish my projects this Christmas. Actually, this is
Oh
my
no, this is so
Christmas gift.
sad.
All those professors, you hear it, it's like too much. It's too much for us. You have like really hardcore time now. It's the second year of bachelor.
Yeah, it's nightmare
It's
though.
too much. I'm so happy that I skipped it.
This is the first time in my life, like, because, you know, I already graduated from
Yeah.
another school, which was really hard to study also. But this is the first time in my life, in academy, I feel like I'm trying to do everything, but I'm not able to do anything. Like, that's the feeling that I
Understand
have.
his feeling.
You feel the same?
No, I felt the same when I was in his ear.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
second one. Okay.
Yeah.
So your turn.
What's your present?
Money. I really want money. I want to
Well,
go.
what kind
I
of
want to
money?
have
Like,
ticket to back home. You know, like to travel. I just need money.
but money in your, like, in a luggage or something, like, how would you like to find that
I
money?
want to
Like,
have a lot of money that I can live very like peaceful and free in these 2 years in Boston.
actually,
okay.
another thing,
Yeah.
I'm looking for a studio to rent, and I'm not able to
And I'm
find
looking for a
anything.
job.
Like, if anyone is watching this, and if they have a free space in their studio, I'm looking for it. This might be a really nice Christmas gift also.
So let's finish with this announcement, people.
And
Yes.
your
What my
dream gift.
my dream gift for this Christmas? Ah shit, I don't know. I would like to have 1 week doing nothing, just
Being lazy.
sleeping and
Oh my
being
gosh,
lazy.
this school is like.
Yeah, and I know this Christmas I'm gonna work still, so yeah, I guess free time. It's the best gift. And you?
Oh, my gift.
Yeah.
Well, it will be good and pretty cool to see you guys once again after this
Oh
podcast.
my god, so
Liar.
cheesy.
Don't believe you.
Yeah, we don't believe it. We don't
Okay.
buy it.
That's
All right.
that's the main thing on my wish list.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're the nicest guys ever.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Thank
now
you.
I look so shallow. Like I want money,
Yeah.
and you want friendship.
Like metaphysical relationships, you know, when you have just money. Like you people from China, like, I don't know. Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paweł.
Thank
It
you.
was nice. See
Thank
ya.
you, Igor.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Igor. For Igor, like everybody. Thank you, Igor.
Thank you, Igor.
You're the best. Dobra.
Oh, that